Hello everyone, welcome back to Nottingham Forest. Today we're going to be taking on Newcastle, despite what I said at the end of the last episode. And the reason is, I got to thinking, how often have we had the opportunity to play against Newcastle United while they are top of the Premier League table? That's right, they're on a 4-game winning streak. They're on 15 points level with Tottenham Hotspur at the moment. Goal difference of plus 12. They are free scoring and they don't concede much. This could be a very challenging game, and of course it's Newcastle United. Why wouldn't we want to see that game? So we are going to take on Newcastle today, then we'll probably skip to Tottenham tomorrow. So without any further ado, I'm going to trip over my tongue a lot today, it seems. Let's get straight in to the match itself, and you can see immediately the lineup for Newcastle not particularly different to the one that we see in real life at the moment. They're obviously just in very good form. Perhaps they've been lucky with the teams that they've played so far. Looking at our lineup, there's no need to make any massive wholesale changes. Malejo not looking particularly brilliant form-wise at the moment, but really not too much difference. Too many different options on the bench to replace him, so we'll leave him on the bench for now. I really want to try and get Nyangbo involved. Actually, do you know what? Let's throw Nyangbo on the bench instead of Victor Maleo. One of you in the comments the other day said that Nyangbo is free scoring for you guys. I don't know if it's going to be the same for me because I use these players differently to how you use them. Of course, play styles are different. So there's a possibility that he might not impress as much for me as he does for you. That being said, I am willing to give him a go. And since Malejo is not in the best of form, even though Nyangbo isn't either, I'm going to give him a go during this game at some point. Hopefully, we're in a position where we can bring him on. Also, I mean, we could change to a 4-4-2, and that would allow us to play two strikers up front at some point during the game. So we'll see how things play out there. I don't think there's anything else to mention. I'm just going to go into the instructions. We're going to change to a possession game, and we're going to drop the support range down to midway point again. Basically, I feel like if we move it too far up, we're too far apart and we don't have the support for our players. So we're going to drop that down to midway. This is pretty much how we had it set up when we had such a great run of games last year when we were playing as Newcastle. So we're going to give that a go and see if that helps us out at all. No need to make any changes defensively. I feel like the aggressive frontline pressuring that we've been using has worked in our benefit. So we're going to use that again nonetheless. Let's get straight into the game and hopefully we can get ourselves a decent performance and hopefully some points. That would be lovely. It's a sun-drenched city ground today as we wait for the teams to come onto the pitch. Two teams lining up. You can see Joel Linton getting the nod for Newcastle, which means we're going to have to worry more about aerial presence than outright speed. But from experience, the aerial battle can be slightly more difficult to master. As we kick off, here's Kabayi into Arcas, plays the ball forward straight away to Guerrero, Lolly, Centurion, he's offside, it won't count. Just needed to hold himself slightly better. But what a start that would have been for Nottingham Forest as Woodman restarts from the goal kick. Bremer to Guerrero. Oh, that took a deflection which Centurion might take advantage of. Cher gets it back to Woodman and the clearance is made. Here's Guerrero playing deep into... They were having lots of chances early on here. Who's Busquets? Arcas. Out wide to Willems. Looking for the early cross. Guerrero in the middle header. It's a great save by Woodman. Lewis gets it away, and now Fraser perhaps can start a counter-attack for Newcastle down this left-hand side. Long ball forward. Kabai picks it up, plays it forward to Lolly. He's going to have to hold it off of the defender, and does a good job of doing so. Ooh, nearly. Kabai back to Worrell. Just looking to shore things up a little bit here. Arcas. Busquets. Oh, Busquets again. Just loses out to Joelinton. And now the counter-attack is on Hayden. Kabai does a great job of covering off that pass. So they have to build again from the back. Bramer and Joelinton. This is going to be a tasty battle all day, I think. Hayden forward again. Bramer underneath it. Wins the header. Busquets gets rid of the ball. Arcas on the left wing, bringing it forward now. Centurion. He just couldn't quite open up the chance. Worrell. Good win of the ball by Worrell there. Joelinton's not having too much luck in the early going in the air against these two central defenders. Looking for the ball around the corner, couldn't quite find it. Fraser, Longstaff, Hayden into Joelinton now. A little bit too far out, so he plays it back to Hayden over the top for Joelinton. It's a very good header by Worrell, just knocks it back to the goalkeeper. Newball's not too far off of challenging, I suspect, for first team honours. Oh, here's Lolly! Oh, still Lolly, couldn't quite get through. Guerrero. Oh, off the post. So unlucky. Centurion back into the middle. Lascelles gets it clear. Willems will pick it up. Kabai. Lolly. Oh, it's a great save by Woodman. The goal is under siege by Nottingham Forest so far in this first half. The home team taking advantage of this vociferous support from the home crowd. What a chance that was for Lolly. So Willems will try the in-swinging cross from the corner. Comes out as far as Centurion. Guerrero just has it taken off of his foot, and it gets put out for a throw-in by a desperate Newcastle defence. Half an hour gone here. Lolly to Centurion. Great save again from the goalkeeper. Possibly he could have held on to it, as it's lobbed forward to Joelinton, who wins that particular challenge. But Arcas ends up benefiting from the second ball. It's a nice idea. Execution just slightly off. That's great from Busquets. Kabai now. Arcas out wide to Willems. Ball played forward to Centurion. Cross into the box to Lolly on the volley. And it's another great save by Woodman. It was destined for the bottom corner, but Woodman made a vital interception at the cost of a corner, which Willems floats in now. Kabai underneath it. Goalkeeper punches away. Willems to Busquets. To Kabai, hits it from range. Oh, just wide. Forest are going to have to be very, very careful of a potential counter-attack. They're spending so much time up this end of the pitch that you wonder whether there might be a potential sting in the tail going in the other direction, as if we picks up the ball in the right back position. Oh dear, that's not a good pass at all from the Dutchman. His share, long ball for Joelinton, looking to get onto it and beats his man to the ball. Now St. Maximan, the speed merchant, gets it out to Yedlin. Not too short of pace himself, the American fullback. And the ball's deflected out for a throw-in to the Magpies. Yedlin to Maximan. Cross into the box, Joelinton. Oh, that was a chance. And it's exactly what we were talking about earlier. Newcastle soaking up the pressure and then getting it down the other end. And a golden opportunity for the Brazilian centre-forward, Joelinton. But he couldn't get it away as the half-time whistle goes. And that's the end of the first half. Nottingham Forest absolutely battering the front doors of Newcastle down, but they can't quite make enough of those chances. 7 shots in this first half, 5 on target, 63% of the possession. It's a very good day to be a Nottingham Forest fan, but it's finding that goal which is proving to be the issue for Forest. Let's see if they can do better in this second half. No changes made by the home team. Joelinton has come off and Callum Wilson is now in place for Newcastle. So a different kind of threat to be aware of for Nottingham Forest now. It's all about pace rather than balls over the top. And they're going to have to be wary, not of the aerial threat anymore, but the through balls as Callum Wilson just in an offside position, but already showing the different threat that he gives the front line of Newcastle. Forest are going to have to adapt to that quickly. Here's Zafweek. Arcas. Lolly. Oh, Guerrero's through, surely. Yes, it is. It's 1-0. And it's the veteran instincts of Guerrero that have seen Nottingham Forest ahead. Simple through ball, but look at his movement. The ball goes round one side of the defender, the player around the other, takes one touch to open up the angle and then slots it past the goalkeeper. Excellent movement from Guerrero, a great finish. And Nottingham Forest are ahead. After so many attempts at goal, they finally make it through, and it's 1-0 to the Garibaldis. And now it's all about making sure that they don't let this slip. Great tackle from Zafweek. Oh, Centurion's in here. And it's a great save by Woodman again. He'd be forgiven for thinking that Centurion was going to double the home team's lead. But Woodman has been absolutely outstanding today so far. A surprise to see him playing ahead of the usual Newcastle number 1, Dubravka. Don't even know, maybe Dubravka has moved on. We didn't really pay much attention to the transfer window for other teams in the Premier League this season. Oh, Wilson's dropped a shoulder and got around his man very well there. Hendrick. Oh, there's a break on here for Nottingham Forest if they play their cards right. Through to Centurion, and it's 2-0. Disaster for Newcastle United. Elation for Nottingham Forest and Raul Centurion. Perhaps you should stick to the football, mate. But it was that loose ball by Hendrick that set them on their way. Guerrero just waiting and waiting and waiting. And eventually Centurion was in the right position. He played the ball through. And it was a calm, placed finish to the right-hand side. Again, Woodman beaten on the right-hand side of the goal, his left. And it's 2-0 to Nottingham Forest now. And perhaps now is a great opportunity to throw Nyangbo in the centre forward position and see what he's like. In fact, we might go to a 4-4-2 in a minute. Busquets. Kabai. Out to Arcas. Plays it to Willems, who's in support. Back inside to Arcas. Plays it across to Kabai. Sifweek. Arcas. Centurion. Over the top for Nyangbo. Willems. Through to Centurion perhaps. No, not quite. Willems. Early ball. Nyangbo underneath. Kabai flights one in. Never going to challenge the goalkeeper from there. Woodman throwing it out to Ryan Fraser. Clever header over the top for Lewis. It's just letting the ball run to him rather than going to collect it. And it's a little bit over enthusiastic challenge there on the right hand side, which gives the free kick to Newcastle. Kabai not getting the better of his old club there. Although overall he'll be very happy with how things are going on his return. Centurion underneath it, wins the header. Lolly to Kabai. Through to Nyangbo. There's plenty of pace, this lad. Through ball to Centurion. Oh, nearly. Just looking to dink around his marker. Couldn't quite make the move stick. Oh, and here's Hendrick. Good movement. Into Longstaff. Through ball to Ryan Fraser. Could Fraser make something of this? Not if Sifweek's got anything to say about it. And now counter-attack time. Here's Yohan Kabai. Centurion manages to get it through to Nyangbo. And a corner results from his cross. Do you know what? We may as well have a look at the 4-4-2. Kabai and Busquets perfectly happy to sit there in the centre of midfield. Although I'm actually going to throw Yates on, give him a little bit of game time. And we can throw on Hernandez as well in the... do we want him in the support striker role? He can play that. He'll be fine. So there we go. All the substitutions now made. Take a little bit of getting used to, because it's not a formation that we've used too much in this game. It was the bread and butter formation for me for quite some time down the years, but eventually I found I liked having the extra men out wide in attack from the get-go. Kabai picks the ball up. Lovely job of mopping up the danger there. Kabai. Here's Yates into Centurion. Through ball. Finn Nyangbo. He's got a chance here. He's put it in. Nyangbo scores for Nottingham Forest, and it is 3-0 now. It was a nothing ball, really. But the magician, Nyangbo, manages to squeeze out a shot after wresting possession away from the defender. And, well, what a finish that is. That's a lovely bit of technique. Just took the ball off of the toes of the waiting defender. And then with his very next touch of the ball, speared it past the despairing Woodman, who has had a much better game than the scoreline would lead you to believe. And perhaps Newcastle were in a little bit of a false position to begin with, as the whistle goes for offside. Trying a ball over the top. Could have been dangerous for us if he'd just been an inch or two further back. Longstaff, ball out to the wing to Fraser, inside to Callum Wilson. Worrell does a great job of making sure that his man doesn't get any further. Bramer. Willems to Kabai. Ball sneaks its way through to Centurion. Oh, that's a terrible pass by Yates. Never looked like it was on. And now Longstaff has the opportunity to lead an attack on the opposition goal. Here's Wilson. Bramer. It's just too good. Another one over the top. Wilson with a bicycle kick. Doesn't come off for him. I think that could be the final attack for Newcastle today. Unless we severely cock something up. Samba restarts. Bramer. Willems inside to Kabai. Worrell. Yates. Better pass from Yates this time. Lolly inside to Centurion. Nyangbo tries to drag it back for Hernandez, who was in an advanced position. Over the top, Bramer and Wilson challenging. There's only ever going to be one winner there, although Kabai does his best to switch the result. Over the top, Bramer heads it back. And there's the final whistle. It's a convincing victory for Nottingham Forest here today against the once league leaders, Newcastle. Perhaps a result which wasn't quite as one-sided as the scoreline would lead you to believe. Despite their lack of... Oh dear, just look at that. I enjoyed it, but dear Lord, in the end it doesn't look like it was much of a challenge at all, does it? Well, there we go. We'll keep an eye on things. Of course, as I said before, if this becomes too much of a cakewalk, I will bump the difficulty back up. But, wow. Those stats are really very impressive. Although, having said that, it really is just the final third where Newcastle are falling short. Possession-wise, 38% to 62. Yes, there's definitely an argument to say that... I mean, we definitely smothered them, and it was a home game after all. I don't know, we'll keep an eye on things, but nonetheless, a very, very enjoyable performance and result against one of the better teams of the league this season so far. Hendrick only getting a 4. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, it was his back pass that opened things up for one of the goals. No one else really doing particularly well. Freddie Woodman getting a 6 rating. Actually getting a better rating than Samba, despite the fact that Samba didn't concede a goal. But then again, Samba didn't have to make a save either. I think Woodman deserves more than that. He really did dig one out for his team today. Despite letting 3 in, he faced many more chances which he heroically denied. So there we go. Let's have a look at the other results. Manchester City with a 3-0 victory over Aston Villa. Liverpool beating Leicester 1-0. Norwich losing to Burnley at home. Everton getting a 1-0 victory against Leeds United. Brighton losing to Tottenham. Arsenal winning away to Fulham. Chelsea 4-1 victors against Southampton. West Ham and Crystal Palace struggling to a 0-0 draw. And shock of the round, Wolverhampton Wanderers 3, Manchester United 0. What a result that is for Wolves. Well, the league is all a little bit topsy-turvy at the moment, with Manchester United in 15th place and Newcastle and Nottingham Forest and Wolverhampton all in the top 7. Things will even out, I'm sure, over time, but As I said, if things start getting a little bit too ridiculous, then we will of course bump the difficulty back up. The only real difference, a real difficulty of Superstar is that they are just suffocating where it comes to making chances. They create more chances at their end, but defensively they're just way too oppressively good. I wonder if maybe there could be just some slight change made where perhaps they're just better going forward and not as good defensively. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Anyway, that's going to do us for another episode. You can see Tottenham Hotspur sitting pretty at the top of the table at the moment. Manchester City and Liverpool in close contact behind them, and Newcastle of course losing that game today, only their second loss of the season. Manchester City and Nottingham Forest, only the two teams in the league at the moment that have yet to lose a game, although I'm sure that we'll lose before too long. Really, we should have lost against Aston Villa last time out, but somehow we managed to rescue that and came away with a fantastic 3-3 draw. So there we go. As I said, next time we'll come back for the Tottenham game. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.